Hey everybody, Charlie and I are 2 here, and guess what day it is? That's right, it's IAE Day 6, Origin Day, and we're going to take a look around. Stay tuned. Here we are, showroom floor of IAE Day 6 at the Tobin Expo Center, Origin Jumpworks Manufacturing. Origin is a company that produces luxury and touring and high-performance spacecraft and vehicles. As we can see here by the opposing diamond wedge shape here, I don't know why I said diamond, but wedge shape here, we have the 890 Jump, which is the creme de la creme, the ultimate ship that Origin offers. This is a luxury super yacht that has 2 extra small landing pads for an internal hangar, has a large cargo grid, has 4 staterooms and 1 VIP room, and it has a bar, a restaurant, and like a conference room area. It has a spa, complete with a pool, a hot tub, and some saunas. Very cool ship. It even features a battle bridge, armory, and med bay. Super expensive. I believe it's close to $900. I wouldn't buy this with actual currency. This is something I would strive for in game because since it's so luxury focused, its uses are actually kind of not that functional as far as like trying to earn money. This is something you bring out to show your wealth and power, not to use to earn money. Maybe you can with the staterooms. Maybe you can transport some high-end ships, racing ships, or limited editions or something like that. But as far as value, I don't think there's a lot of value here. It's just a really, really cool ship. All right, so that's the top ship that they offer. The next one down is the 600 series. Now, the 600 series, there are 2 ships, the 600i Touring, which is this one here, and the 600i Exploration. Kind of surprised they don't have both on display here. It looks like they only have the Touring for today. The Touring has 4 staterooms inside that aren't nearly as opulent as the ones in the 890, as well as 4 bunks for crew members, 3 pilot-controlled size 5 weapons, excellent vision from the bridge here. There's also a captain's quarters underneath here with a bed looking out from the glass that also encompasses the bridge. This ship is very soloable, and although the value is still kind of low, I still actually like this ship. So if you're interested in spending, was it $435 for the Touring or $475 for the Exploration, you actually do get some value out of it. Especially with the Exploration, because the Exploration takes the stateroom module that's seen here and replaces it with a cargo elevator that has additional cargo, room for a G12 rover, which it comes with a G12 rover, and scanning suites. So it adds a lot more functionality to this vehicle. And it is soloable. Like I said, it has 2 large shields, 3 size 5 hardpoints for the pilot. Obviously much better with a crew. And I believe the Exploration is $475. This is a ship that I would recommend. I would not recommend the 890 Jump. All right, moving on. I'm going to try to go fairly quickly. I'm not going to tour every ship here. If you're interested in a full tour of the 600i, I do have a video on that on my channel. Check that out. We may check the 890 out at the end, but I'll wait to the end of the video, so if you're not interested in the tour, you can go ahead and skip that. All right, coming over here, we have the starter ships from Origin. These are the 100 series. This is the 100i. We'll take a quick look inside since it's open. You do get a bed. You do get a little bit of internal cargo storage and decent view from the pilot's seat. This one's the jack of all trades, the 100i. So you get a little bit of cargo, a little bit of firepower. If we move forward here, we're going to see the 135C, I believe it's called. And this is the cargo version of the 100 series. As you'll notice, there's a cargo bay in the back here to add additional cargo. And then the one just on this side of the wall is going to be your 125A. This is your combat version. You lose your cargo bay, you get a little bit faster speed, a little bit better weapons, and this cool paint job. You still get the internal cargo area, so I actually use this one in game. It's about 500,000 alpha UEC, so you can earn one of these fairly quickly. And I use this for package delivery. It's very fast to get in and out of atmosphere. You can put the packages here. There's a ramp, which I think makes it a lot better. Although these are stairs, it acts the same as a ramp, which makes it a little easier to get inside and out. And the other thing I want to note on the 100 series is this adaptive intake refinery, which basically is just enhanced fuel scoops, which means that you really don't have to fuel up that often as long as you can scoop hydrogen out of atmosphere. You get it back very quickly with this system. So this makes a great little personal transport, not personnel transport, and allows you to get in and out of atmosphere and get to different places very quickly. You're also very tiny, so you're hard to hit if you're trying to avoid combat. You see here you've got a little bit of component storage on the outside. Alright, before we move on to the next hall, let's go downstairs. Downstairs we're going to see our concept and ground vehicles. And also our racers. So this is going to be your M50, the Origin M50. This is your racing ship from Origin. There are two racing ships from Origin, but this one is purpose-built and is very, very tiny, very fast, and very maneuverable. Very fun ship to fly, although I don't know if I would recommend purchasing this with cash unless you are just super into racing your spaceships. If we come over here, we're going to see the 85X. This is Origin's snub ship. This is designed to ferry one passenger to and from the 890. It can fit a pilot and a passenger. The view from the cockpit is not great. The overall look of the ship is unique and cool looking, although to me it looks like a big toe if you look at it from above. You have, I believe it's 4 size 1 weapons. This one's on a gimbal turret, so you have 2 size 1s here and then a size 1 on each wing. Once again, this is meant to be a tender ship for the 890, but I think you could fit one of these in a Carrack if you try hard enough, although I think the Pisces is a much better choice. All right, moving back here, we're going to see the only concepts. Well, there's 2 concepts that Origin do not have flight ready and are drivable, I guess would be a better term. That's the G12 series of rovers and the X1 series of bikes. Now the X1 is not represented down here by HoloViewer, but it is the hover bike that is meant for racing that Origin offers. This is the rover, which has space for 2 passengers, I believe, a pilot and a co-pilot, that is encompassed inside of this canopy, so you do have atmosphere. You don't have to wear your suit inside of here. Although if you're in a rover, you probably want to have your suit on anyway, so you can quickly hop out. This is a G12A, which has missile racks on it, as you can see by the designation here. All right, quickly we will continue on to the next hall, which should house the 300 series of ships along with the 400i. Since I don't own a 400i, we'll probably quickly walk through that, but it's not huge, so it won't take us too long to do that. And then we'll briefly talk about the 300 series. If we can get up these stairs without passing out. All right, where's the other hall? It's over here. All right, let's make our way to this hall. I'm running, so as you can see, my heart rate's going up. Gotta take a break before we pass out. Past the hologram of Microtech. By the way, I like this the aesthetic in here with the false sky and the giant holograms. Pretty cool. Okay, so as we make our way around, we're going to come upon the 300 series of ships, as you can see there, and then the 400 in the center. All right, we'll talk about the 300 first. The first one we're going to come up on is the 300i. So 300i series of ships are like an advanced starter, I guess the best way to say it. They're almost a direct upgrade from the 100 series, as you would expect given their designation. The 300i has 8 SCU of cargo, 2 size 3 weapon points on the wings, 1 size 3 on the front, on the nose. And let's see if we can go up here. Can we? Yeah, let's enter ship. And you have good cockpit view, panoramic sunroof, or moonroof rather. There's a latrine in here, no shower, just a pooper. You've got a bed, you've got a kitchenette area, you have weapon rack with a pistol rack and personal storage. So, very livable ship. I actually own, I don't know why I said on, I own the 315. And I'll tell you why while we're looking at it. So 300i is kind of like the base model, the jack of all trades. Let's hop out here. Hopefully we don't die. The Star Citizen is still very much an alpha. Anything can happen. So 300 is the white one here. The 315 is this gray and yellow one. I like the 315. It came with an exploration pack that I own. It has 12 SCU of cargo. You still have the size 3 weapon points on the wings, but the front is replaced with a utility mount which has a tractor beam installed. The interior is still the same. I like this because when I'm in a ship this size, I want to avoid combat, right? So I don't really need the gun on the front. I actually prefer utility. This one has better scanners and better range as well than the standard 300. So this is a great personal transport and small cargo transport as well. And if you see things that are interesting to look at on opportunity, like if you want to investigate a wreck or something, you can use the tractor beam to secure yourself some cargo and maybe make a little extra profit in the meantime. Great ship. I will be keeping that, and that will be my personal transport ship once the game goes live. We're going to come back to the 400. Let's go ahead and look at the other 300 series. This next one, the black, or I guess it's black and red. It looks gray in here. The gray and red ship here is the 325A. This is the combat variant. Your size 3 hardpoint from the 300i is upgraded to a size 4 hardpoint. You still have the size 3s, you still have the wing-mounted missiles, but you also have an additional missile bay underneath that can open up and have more missiles. Now, it's been said that you have some special type of targeting as well with the 325A that allows you to select multiple targets to launch missiles at the same time. Now, before we go over to the 350R, I do want to make a few notes. Look at the engine style here. You have 2 main horizontal thrusters, right? And if we go to the 350R, this one, you can see now you've got almost like 6. You still have cargo. The 350R is the racing variant. All right, the interior's changed a bit. There's only a single bed. You don't have the kitchenette area, the weapon rack, or the personnel storage locker that you had on the other ships. It's just a bed. All right, and that's to reduce weight because this is the racing variant. Now, I do not recommend the racing variant. I believe this is $125, maybe even higher. And for comparison, the 325A, last I checked, was $70 or $75. So almost double the cost for a little bit less utility and faster speed. You have a size 3 hardpoint on the nose, 3 on the wings, just like the 300i. This is much faster. I don't know why that was brought out. I didn't press the button to bring out my Mobi-Glass, but hey, it's an alpha. 325A, yeah, I recommend it. 300, yeah, and the 315, yes. But just know what you're getting, know what you want. 350R, do not recommend. All right, 400i. Let's talk about this. This is said to be a Constellation competitor. I disagree. I think it's more of a freelancer Cutlass competitor at almost twice the price of those ships. I don't own this ship. If you like it and are interested in it and you want a general multi-purpose ship that's not too great at combat, as you can see by the only 2 size 4 mounts here, but you're more interested in touring and exploration while bringing a small vehicle and maybe a bike, then yeah, go for it. This is 250 bucks. I do think there are better choices at this price range, but variety is nice, and if you're interested in the aesthetics of this ship, go right ahead. Now, I hate this hook nose. Some people like it. Maybe it'll grow on you after a while. I get what they're going for. They're going for like a mini 890 look mixed with a 100 series. I personally don't like it. Let's quickly go over what we can do here. So we have... No, I don't want to rent it. I want to press these buttons, hopefully. Ramp. Okay, looks like we open it. Can we do the elevator? Cancel that. I'm not interested. Okay, so the elevator is opening. This is your storage for your X1 bike. So it's cool that it does get a bespoke hanger for a bike. Now, I don't know how useful it is to have a bike over a rover. Maybe it will be in the future, but hey, it's cool if you want to just take your bike somewhere and go joyriding. I also love the ramp/stairway entry. I prefer that over lift entry. Now, let's see if I can get on it. All right, so let's come up here. Can we close this? I believe it's here, right? Ramp. And I want to close it real quick because I want to point out you do have an armory. You do have suit lockers up here, which I think is a great location because you also have your airlock here. So all of your entrances to the ship enter this antechamber here, which gives you access to weapons and EVA suits. Now you'll see your gravity generator there, and in front of that would be your X1 storage. Let's go ahead and quickly move back. We're going to go through this pretty quick. I don't want to do a full review. You have your component storage on either side here, and if you'll notice, it says climate controlled. Now, as of right now, the cooling in there doesn't give you any benefit, but I imagine in the future, maybe you'll get more longevity out of your components, or maybe you can overclock them a bit higher because of the cooled interior. All right, this is your cargo bay, also houses your escape pods and component access. You can fit a small rover on here like a Cyclone. I don't know if you can fit a rock. I'm pretty sure you can't. I don't think this ship sits high enough to get one underneath here. All right, let's see if we can activate the elevator. It doesn't appear so. Oh. Habitation. Cancel. All right, we'll just use the ladder. Hopefully it won't glitch out on us. I like having an alternative to elevators in all your ships. All right, that is a glitch. We'll talk about that in a minute. So, got a bathroom here. That's a glitch. Crew quarters here, each with personal storage underneath their beds. And then you have lockers as well. Small windows, which are nice. And coming in on this side, captain's quarters. Same thing, underbed storage, locker, windows, and he has a desk. You have your mess here, complete with wine rack and prep space. Here's where he eats. Here's where you plan your missions. You have a holo table with a star map. You can see your remote rear turret. This view, I feel like, is a bit too high. I feel like the belt line for the view should be down here where this thick line is, so you can actually take advantage of the view better. Wish they would raise this floor up a bit. Maybe that would do that. It is raised half a step, maybe 2 steps would be better. But that probably runs into issues with character model. And here's your bridge. I really like these Star Trek-esque panels here. And the view is not great from the bridge. You're blocked by the nose of your ship. You have no vertical view whatsoever. It's only horizontal. Now, it does wrap around further than ships like the Freelancer does, but still not great. I don't really like the view in this ship. That being said, I love the view in the 600 series. I think that's one of the best views in the game, especially for a multi-crew ship. All right, let's go ahead and hop down here, and that's going to be enough for this quick and dirty tour of the 400 series. Once again, do I recommend it? Maybe. I think there are better choices, but if you're super interested in this ship, you like the aesthetics, you like the idea of not necessarily going out for combat, but just for like touring, then yeah, certainly it's something you could do. All right, so we're going to head back and do our quick tour of the 890. But we'll go ahead and give our final thoughts here in case you're not interested in the tour. I recommend, out of all the ships here, I think probably the best one to look at is probably the 600i Exploration. Keep in mind it's very expensive. Only consider it if you're looking in putting that amount of money into the ship. But I think out of all the Origin ships, that's the most functional. It's getting a gold pass soon to update the interior to be closer in line with the interior of this 890. Everything else, maybe one of the starter ships, not the 100 series. I wouldn't buy those with cash. I would earn those in game, but maybe a 300. If you're like me and you hate the aesthetics of the Avenger series of ships, then consider a 300. But if you like the aesthetics of the Avenger, then there's no real need to get a 300. I think the Avenger is actually a better value. All right, let's. We're going to take the cargo elevator up as it's quicker to get into the ship that way, and I can show you the cool airlock that it has. So see those glass doors there? So we're going to come up to them and we're going to make a seal. All right, and you can fit a ballista in here. You can probably fit a Nova as well. I haven't tried it, but it certainly looks like it. And then those glass doors open, so you have an airlock for your cargo lift, which I think is really cool. All right, cargo grid here. Component access, you can see jump drive. Up front, you've got shields, some other components in your gravity generator. I think life support here. On either the left or right side from the cargo bay, you have your main engines with an elevator at the end. We're going to try to make this quick. I don't own an 890 and will never own an 890 with actual cash, so this is probably my only time to run through here and show you guys what it looks like. Now, you have two ways to go here. You've got a hallway on the left side and a hallway on the right, and I guess technically three ways because you have a manual ladder here. Now this is the elevator that came from the engine bay downstairs, and you have one just on this side as well. Same thing. What we're going to do is we're going to take this left path first. This will take us towards the hangar, but we're going to pass weapon racks, so I guess this hall acts as your armory. Also keep in mind the ship is not in a powered on state, so we're only in like ambient lighting mode, so it will be much brighter and much more well lit when you actually have this ship on. So guests are to go this way. As you can see, the floor changes too. Like you got this wood finishing now. Does my flashlight? Yeah, show it. So you go from metal to wood. This denotes where the guests should go. So if the guests want to go to the hangar, this is the way they go. On the way to the hangar, we have a med bay. All right, complete with a little window to look in so you don't have to contaminate yourself. And then there's the med bed. Let's get out of here. Come on, stay open. I'm trying to do this quickly. All right, moving forward, we're going to reach a lobby/waiting area. And this is where you wait for your ship to be prepared or for the transport to be prepared. Somebody left their helmet here. What is this? It's a Horizon helmet. Can we store it? My helmet now. All right, so here's your airlock to your hangar. Hangar has a basketball goal. That is manned turret access. Your hangar is quite large. Can we open just the hangar doors? I think we can. Open hangar doors. Come on, Hal. Open the hangar doors. We're going to leave this elevator down. I just want some more light in here. And then up front is access to the turret that is on the top of the bow. So there we go. Hangar doors have got a cool animation. This whole thing lifts up, this whole platform, and you have two extra small landing pads, 1 and 2. All right, we're going to transition to the crew area quickly. Open up. Another airlock. Come on. All right, so here's your EVA suit access for your crew. I believe there's, what, 8 of them? 7 of them. All right, and then just across here is a lounge area for the crew, pool table, gaming system here, complete with trackball and joystick. As we continue on, we've got individual quarters for the crew. There you go. And then a shared latrine kind of shared. There are 3 latrines here that can be used by the crew. And those have shower and toilets and sinks. And then there's a changing area here. Another like mess area / lounge area with TV. More individual quarters. And then you come around here, you have the prep space for the crew meals. But then it goes to the prep space for the guest meals. So this is a kitchen. I imagine this is where the chef will operate. And let's turn on our light. Hopefully it's not too blinding. You can kind of see you got some hydroponics going on. More prep space, a cooktop. Let's turn our light off. Back here you have cold storage. And there's an elevator here. Alright, so this elevator, we're going to get to it in just a second. Before we get to that elevator, we're going to continue through the kitchen. And then we have our our escape pod access for the crew. And then we also have our battle bridge. So when the vehicle is under duress, the crew can come down here to operate the ship without being under direct fire through the canopy. And then if we go here, we're going to make a complete circle back to the engine / cargo area. Alright, so let's go back into the kitchen, and we see there's an elevator here. So you prepare your food here, you get your food prepared, and then we're going to skip spa pool. We'll come back to that. And we're going to go to the foyer, bar, and dining. And the reason I'm doing this is to show you how the food flow would go. Alright, so you grab your food that's prepared, you bring it up here. Alright, you can plate it, you can grab your drinks and whatnot, you can check off your order. You bring it out here to the bar / dining room. Alright, the guests will come through this way. They'll be patrons at the bar. There's seating everywhere. Then there's like a VIP area to the front. Another bar with a conference room table and an awesome view of the exterior of the ship. There's the hangar. There's that forward turret. Okay, quickly, let's go. So we're going to exit out the crew exit, or excuse me, the patron exit now, or guest exit. Here they're greeted with some bathrooms. Boom. And then on either side they have staterooms. These staterooms are identical, right? So you have a seating area, a bathroom, and an aquarium with a bed with a wall that should be able to project different images onto. Alright, and it's the same on the other side over there. Alright, now we're going to come out this way to the mezzanine. Alright, we're on the mid-level now. We'll go ahead to the top level and then we'll work our way down. Alright, so top level you have seating areas. At the back here you have the VIP or captain's quarters, depending on how you want to run your ship. We'll quickly go through it. Got seating areas. Nice view out of the back of the ship. And it makes a loop here. So here's your office. Open up. Here's your bedroom with storage and bathroom. Open. There you go. Fancy bathroom. TV, curved. And then you go up and you have a private mess. Open. Private mess with dining table. And then another aquarium. Now let's go out this way. Head up. Alright. Almost done. This is a huge ship, so it takes a while just to get anywhere here. Alright, this is the bridge. Component access on either side. Hollow globe for navigation, pilot and co-pilot seats. You have a full view of your hangar and your forward turret there. Pretty decent view too, especially for a ship this size. Alright, now we're going to head down. When we head down, there are 2 more staterooms. One on this side, one on this side. And then if you head behind this seating area here, you have escape rafts with seating for what, 8? And you've got an elevator that'll take you to engineering, and then you have an access to that ladder we saw earlier. Escape raft on the other side. Then if we head forward, we have the spa/pool. So this is your hot tub. Changing area behind the weeping wall there. You have 2 saunas. They're looking kind of sinister right now because the ship isn't lit up. Let's see if the torch helps any. You can see it's a little warmer in here if there were lights were on. Couple showers for after your sauna. Move forward. We've got those 2 elevators we saw earlier. We've got changing areas here for the massive pool area. All right. Once again, this would be much more bright and lit up if the ship were on. All right, and this is almost it. We're almost done. I got some greenery you can see up here. And then we're going to the main foyer/main entrance area. So you have docking collar on either side, and you also have the ground elevator. This is the main entry into the ship. So you would come in the ship and be presented with this view. All right, and let's see if this will let us take this all the way down. Sometimes it's a little funky hitting these buttons because you keep getting the wrench ship. It looks like it's working. Okay, I was a little worried there, but yeah, it hadn't rendered the floor of the elevator. Now it's here. This is a slow elevator. I'm a little upset by that, but I mean, this is a luxury ship. Nobody should be going anywhere fast anyway. And it is absolutely massive. All right, so that's for real the end. I've completed the tour of the 890. We toured the 400. If you're interested in the tour of the 600, I do have one of those on my channel of the 600i exploration. We looked inside the 300 series and the 100 series. Once again, my only recommendation really is if you're interested in picking up a 600, now's your chance to do so. Maybe if you're interested in a 400, now's your chance to do so as well. The 300s and 100s are usually available at all times, so you can get those whenever. It's a good chance to come and rent those. Come and rent an 890 Jump and take it out and look at the inside of it. But, yep, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, please consider a like, a comment, and or a subscribe. Stay tuned for the next episode. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.